Hello and welcome to today's speaking video. In this video, I'm going to share with you some sentences that you can use when you are very busy. I believe the most common word that is used by the majority of us, if not all of us, is busy. When someone asks you, how are you doing? Or how are you today? The answer can be, oh, I'm doing well, but I'm just a little bit busy. Or maybe I'm doing fine, but busy studying for the exam, or I'm busy working, or I'm busy doing this, I'm busy doing that. Busy, 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 busy. This is the only word that we usually hear. But for today, I'm going to share with you some other sentences that you can use instead of using busy all the time. Alright, so let's start the video and not to keep you waiting. Number 1, preoccupied. What's the meaning of preoccupied? Coming from being occupied doing something. So instead of saying I am busy studying for the exam, you can say I am totally preoccupied studying for the exam. I'm totally preoccupied with my subjects or with my lessons. Number 2, tied up. I am tied up. Tied up related to the fact that you are really busy, that you have no time for anything else. It's like you are extremely busy. Like, for example, I am tied up with the project, or I am tied up with the deadline, or I am tied up with my studies, things like that. I have a lot on my plate. Plate here is like the dish, as you can see it on the video. But what do I mean by that? Like having a lot of things to do on your schedule. So when you have a lot of things to do, that means you have no time for anything. So in this case, we can say, I have a lot on my plate that I can't add anything else. Especially, you can actually use this expression when others invite you to go out, or maybe when others invite you to do something. But because your schedule is really full, that you have no time for anything else. So in this case, you can say, I have a lot on my plate. Juggling. I'm juggling everything. What does that mean? For example, say you study and work at the same time. So you have a lot of exams to prepare for, a lot of assignments, but at the same time a lot of tasks to complete, at work. So that means you are juggling between your studies and your work. Spread pretty thin. I'm spread pretty thin. What does that mean? When you don't have any more energy, or maybe when you are approaching the limit of your energy, you can say, I'm spread pretty thin. Swamped. I'm swamped. What does that mean? It means that you are because you have a lot of things to do, that you feel stuck. You know the feeling when you have a lot of things to do and you feel like you are drowning in the middle of nowhere? This is the same. We can say swamped. That means you are kind of like sinking in the middle of nowhere. Why? Because you have a lot of things to pay attention to, or maybe to focus on, that you feel like you are drowning. Buried in work means you have a lot of work to do, or maybe a lot of assignments, a lot of homework, that you feel stuck, or maybe you are not able to run away from it. You feel like as if you are buried, that you can't move. Like, for example, let's say your friends want you to go out with them for a short break. You can't. Like, you can't even go out for a short break. Why? Because if you go out for a short break, you will be missing a lot, or maybe you will be wasting your time. Why? Because you need every single second of your time to finish your homework, or maybe your project, or task, or anything that you are committed to. Up to my ears. You can use this expression when you are really worried about something, or maybe when you have anxiety. For example, you are approaching the deadline. Maybe the deadline is tomorrow or after tomorrow, and you still have a lot of things to finish, or a lot of things to complete. So because of that, you feel so worried and nervous that you are not really sure whether you can make it or not. And in this case, we can say, I am up to my ears. Hectic. Things are really hectic. That means out of control, maybe difficult to control. So in this case, you can say, my schedule is really hectic this semester, or my schedule is really hectic this month. That means your schedule is really full and you can hardly control it. So yeah, these are basically the expressions that I thought of sharing it with you. I really hope you find it useful. If you have any questions, ideas, topics that you want me to focus on, please let me know in the comments. And if you find this video helpful, make sure to give it some like and also subscribe to the channel, and I will see you very soon.